Hey guys, and welcome to part 1 of a brand new series here on the channel. So this is going to be a little two-part series that I've been wanting to do for a while, and as you read from the title of this series, it's going to be called Rebuilding My Old Mocs. Now, you might be thinking, what does this mean? So, I started building Mocs around a year and a half ago, so like June, a year and a half ago. And anyways, if you look at some of my old Mocs, they are quite honestly atrocious. I don't really know what I was thinking with a lot of my older builds. I mean, it is a good thing now because if you look at my builds now, they are considerably better. But anyways, so I thought it would be cool to revisit those old Mocs and rebuild them in up to my own standards nowadays. So this is gonna be a really fun series, a pretty cool series that Jam Studios actually suggested that I make. So definitely be sure to check him out in the description down below. He makes some really cool stop motions, and I'm pretty sure that he already is or is about to hit 400 subscribers, so definitely check out his channel down below. Huge thanks to him for the series idea. But anyways, in this series I'm going to be rebuilding my old Mocs, and like I said, this is going to be a two-part series. So in part 1 I'll be building my first ever Moc, and then part 2, well, you just have to wait to see what Moc I build in part 2. But anyway, so this is part 1 now. In part 1, I will be rebuilding my first ever Moc. Now, my first ever Moc I built last June in 2020, so a year and a half ago, and it is called the Forest of Kashyyyk Lego Star Wars Moc. And just looking at it right now, it is honestly atrocious. Starting off the terrain, I don't even know where to begin with that. It is just, it's horrible. It was back in the day when I would just throw pieces on just for the sake of throwing pieces on. Like, it wouldn't really make sense. I just like add random cone pieces, random slopes, just stuff like that, you know. The detailing didn't really make sense. Those trees also could definitely use some work. They are really bad. The rock work also is pretty bad. And then also, the green borderline, I don't really know why I did that, but anyways, here we are. But yeah, so I'm just going to be rebuilding that Moc to, up to my own standards, and I am going to be building it in a time-lapse, which should be pretty fun. But anyways, I am going to try to build it to the correct size. I may build a little bit smaller if I don't have enough pieces. But anyways, let's get right into building the Moc right now, guys. Now guys, I am very proud to present to you the finished version of the Alright guys, so I hope that you enjoyed the time-lapse as well as the cinematic. So this is the finished product here, the Forest of Kashyyyk Moc. Now, I will say this Moc does look a lot better than the older version from over a year ago, but if I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't look perfect. There's still a lot of things that I would have changed, but as you'll find out in the vlog coming out tomorrow, this was a very rushed build, so a lot of the time when I built something and I didn't really like it, I just sort of had to live with it. I also did kind of run out of pieces with the foliage, because, you know, it is quite a big mock, and I did have to stick to the same size as the one that I built a year ago, so I did kind of run out of the pieces. If I could have, I probably would have made the mock a lot smaller, but, you know, I did have to make it the same size as the one a year ago, just so that you could compare it better. So it does look a lot better than the one a year ago, but there are still some things that I would like that I would have improved. So, you know, for example, the pond I'm not overly happy with. The rock work does look good. You know, the foliage definitely could have been improved. Part of the reason why it doesn't look amazing is because I did actually run out of these pieces here. So if I did have enough, I would have put them like all over the foliage. It would have looked a lot better. The trees do look good. The pathway looks amazing. Honestly, that's definitely my favorite part of the mock. I really like the shaping of it, and, you know, just the dark brown and reddish brown contrast. I really do like that that color mix there. But the figure placement is also quite good. I especially like the dead clone trooper over here. So overall, a pretty good build. You know, not my best. I definitely have built a lot better mocks, but it definitely is a lot better than the one I built a year ago. So that being said, guys, that is going to do it for part 1 of this 2-part series, rebuilding my old mock. So in part 2, I'm going to be building a much smaller mock, so it's definitely going to be a lot more detail, and definitely going to show how my mock building skills have regressed. But, you know, I did want to pick my first mock for part 1, you know, just because it's my first mock. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.